Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm doing the anti-TBR tag. So, I very well may have possibly been tagged in this, but who knows? I've got a massive list of tags I want to do. I was probably tagged in loads of them. I didn't write it down. So if you did tag me, soz. But the original is by Nicole and her books. I'll leave that down below along with all the questions, and I'm just gonna kick straight into it. So the first question is a popular book everyone loves that you have no interest in reading. And I feel like there are loads of these, to be honest, but Throne of Glass is a series that I don't really care for. You know what, if I read it, I probably would enjoy it, and I know that, but I just have no interest in starting it. There's a bunch of that sort of fantasy books that I don't really care about. Red Queen, don't care about that. Truth Witch, probably never going to read that. All loads. But I can't think of any more at the moment, but we'll go with them too. 3, however many I just said. The next one is a classic book or author you don't have any interest in reading, and here's the thing, all of them. Let's rewind, most of them. I don't care about classics, I don't want to read classics, I have no interest in classics. I don't care that it's a thing that you're meant to read classics. Am I ever going to read Wuthering Heights? No. Am I ever going to read Jane Eyre? No. Am I ever going to read Sense and Sensibility? No. I just don't care, so all of them. The next question is an author whose books you have no interest in reading. Again, there are quite a lot of these. I feel like a lot of, especially sort of popular YA from a few years ago, that I know all the books are out or series that are out, and I just don't care about them. So for example, Stephanie Perkins, Stephanie Meyer, Sarah Dessen, I've heard that name, I've seen the covers, but I don't care about any of them. Morgan Matson, in a similar vein, that sort of romance, boring romance, don't care. Kira Cass, that was the Selection series, right? Don't care about that either. So loads of authors that I just don't care about. Soz. The next one is a problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading. J.K. Rowling. I've never read Harry Potter. I never cared to read Harry Potter even before that everyone realised that she was a bit of a dick. I just don't care about it. So yeah, easy peasy, there's my answer. Then we have an author you've read a couple of books from and have decided the books are not for you. This one I found pretty hard because I feel like even if I dislike a book, if I read the synopsis of another one by the same author and I think it sounds interesting, then I'm gonna check it out, quite possibly. Or maybe I've just never read enough mediocre books from somebody that well, I guess, no offence to him, but I probably won't read any more John Green books. I did read quite a few of them. That's just come to my head now when I thought of disappointing books. That's sort of middle of the road. What I wrote down was Black Panther, which is not even an author. That's just, I read 2 different comics in the Black Panther series and I didn't like either of them. But I guess John Green fits more to the question. Just a bit average, innit? His books are just a bit average and I just don't really care anymore. I got them at the beginning of my booktube career just because everyone was talking about them. I was like, oh, I don't know what any authors are, I'll buy them books, and I read them and you know, they were alright. But I have enough books and I know about books and authors now that I don't need to just buy John Green. We're about halfway through of my ramblings, so here's a message from one of our sponsors and then I will be back. Next we have a genre you have no interest in, or a genre you tried to get into but couldn't. I don't even know if this counts as a genre, but World War II, no thank you. I will not. I don't want it. Obviously it kind of fits historical fiction, but, and I've said this a few times so you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but with historical fiction obviously it's very vast. If we're talking historical like super duper back in the day Greek mythology or Norse, Vikings, cool stuff, I like historical fiction. But if we're talking about historical as in World War I and II, I just don't care and I don't want to read any books about it. It's like the one thing we learned extensively at school in history and I'm just bored of it and I don't care. I don't want to read it in my fiction because I learned too much about it in the facts. Yes. Next up we have a book you have bought but will never read. And then in brackets, this can be a book that you have unhauled in the past rather than calling yourself out on your shelves. So for a while I would go to the charity shops, and there's one specific charity shop near me that has 4 books for £1.99, or that individually they're 99p, so obviously I'm always getting the 4 books. It's better value. So within that, I know at one point I got the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Ultimatum, the Bourne trilogy in a big massive hardback that I had no interest in reading, and then obviously I unhauled it. I also got the, what's it called, the girl with the spider's face on a web and a tattoo, the girl with the tattoo made of a dragon. Got that one, I didn't care for that, unhauled it. So there's been a few of them that I bought, and then I knew I wasn't going to read it, but I wanted to get the 4 for £1.99 because the other 3 books in the stack were worth it. So yeah. Next is a series you have no interest in, or a series you started and have DNF'd. One series I DNF'd this year was a series of unfortunate events. I read 3 books and they were all the same, and there's 14 books in the series or some shit, and I haven't got time to read 14 of the same books over and over again that were really irritating, and all the characters were annoying, and all the scenarios were annoying. So that one. I also read The Darkest Minds, and I quite enjoyed that one, but the way it finished, I knew that the second book was just going to be annoying, so I just decided to stay with just that first book, so I didn't read the rest in the Darkest Minds series. Don't know if it has a name, but yeah. I also read the first book in the Broken Earth trilogy. I know everyone raves and rants and loves that book, or that series on here, but I just couldn't handle it. I can't handle second person writing. Half of the book is in second person. I flicked through the second book in the series and it also had the second person, and I said no. Because no matter how good the storyline is and the characters and the development of the world building and all that, I can't enjoy reading second person, so I wouldn't have enjoyed the rest of the series. So yeah, that is another one. I'm out here, I talk about the fact I never DNF books, but apparently I do DNF series. And then the last question is a new release you have no interest in reading. And this one again is hard because I don't really pay attention to new releases. Or the ones I do are authors that I follow on Twitter or whatevs, and I see their new book coming out and I think it looks really cool. So I've gone with one that's not necessarily a new release, but it did come out this year, so it kind of counts. And that is A Court of Silver Flames, I think. Yeah, I just count the ACOTAR series as a trilogy, and that's it, and I don't plan on carrying it on in any sort of way. The second book was really good in that series. The third book let me down, so I don't care to carry more books on in that series or that world or whatevs. So yeah. Oh, also all that flipping Chain of Iron and Chain of Glass and Gold of, or whatever. Cassandra Clare pops a book out every fucking 3 months, and I'm not about that anymore. I finished with The Dark Artifices. I don't care about any more new releases of hers. So that as well, I guess. So there we go, that is the end of the tag. I don't know if people have done this. If you haven't, you're tagged. If you have, you're not, unless you want to do it again. But yeah, comment down below, say some words, maybe answer one of these questions. Or if you agree or disagree with my answers, then let me know. And if this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of my others. And if you continue to enjoy it, then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a few days with another video. Bye. Apparently I like throwing stuff.